Alright guys, let's chat about it. So we got this Bible, and if you look in Proverbs chapter 15, just taking some notes, and there's a couple things that I want to talk about here. Did you guys know that positivity perpetuates positivity? And in the same way, negativity perpetuates negativity. In other words, if you're positive, usually more positivity comes about. And if you're negative, more negativity comes about as well. Let's take a look at Proverbs chapter 15. A couple verses I want to share with you, and then we'll talk a little bit about them. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 13. A joyful heart makes a face cheerful, but a sad heart produces a broken spirit. Okay, that's what verse 15 of Proverbs chapter 15. All the days of the oppressed are miserable, but a cheerful heart has a continual feast. Okay, now let's go to Proverbs chapter 15, verse 30. Bright eyes cheer the heart, good news strengthens the bones. So here's what I want to talk about. Let's focus and dial in, particularly on verse 13. A joyful heart makes a face cheerful. Okay, so when there's positivity going on, typically what happens as a byproduct of that is now externally positive stuff happens. Okay, but let's look at the contrary. But a sad heart, okay, so you're sad, things aren't going your way, and you choose, keyword, you choose to buy into that. You choose to be depressed. You choose to be all in your feelings. What does that produce? It doesn't necessarily produce external circumstances like positivity does, but it produces internal circumstances by giving you a broken spirit. This is huge, you guys. What do we take away from this real quick? Did you know that negativity is more powerful than positivity? And I mean that in terms of the influence that it gives and brings about. And you know this is true. You pay more attention to negative garbage on the news, for example, shootings, drug deals, homicides, vehicle crashes, traffic, all this negative gunk that you're paying attention to. You pay more attention to that as opposed to, hey, I'm going to read positive books. I'm going to listen and study some positive sermons. Hey, I'm going to read my Bible and study some positive stuff. You pay attention more to the negative gunk as opposed to the positive stuff. Therefore, your spirit is so constantly dragged down. Anytime that positive stuff does happen, it doesn't gain enough momentum, doesn't gain enough traction for it to actually build upon itself, because then, boom, you go to nasty, influential environments that forge your perspective in such a negative way. All the days of the oppressed, verse 15, all the days of the oppressed are miserable, So when you're oppressed, in other words, it doesn't mean like, oh, you're down bad and someone's putting their palm over you and you're oppressed that way. This means that you're so focused on garbage and gunk. Your days are miserable, but a cheerful heart has a continual feast. In other words, your mindset is now, I'm going to focus on the positive. You're constantly ruminating on the good, therefore good things are happening. And then the last one, bright eyes cheer the heart, good news strengthen the bones. It feels good to feel good, man. It really does. When good news happens, maybe you're talking with somebody who is positive and they're radiant. Dude, it feels good to feel good. I don't want to make this super long, so I'm going to cut it short here, but I hope this helps. Focus on the positive, you guys. Stay away from negative. Your environment matters so much. Stop being around negative, Debbie Downers. Everything is doom and gloom. Stop it. Improve every day. God bless you guys. Let's go.